Hey guys, this is Rajesh Patnayak and welcome to Rostrum Diaries where today we have a very special guest. Now, I started with hey guys, but I think I should start with hey guys. Now, if you can remember something, this is the very popular tagline of YouTube channel which creates very trending videos these days, the filter copy. And we have that man with us who writes the scripts of these filter copy videos. We have the Jackie Thakker with us. So, welcome to Rostrum Diaries interview, and it's a very big opportunity, a fanboy moment for me right now to interview you. Welcome, sir. Been a big fan of filter copy.
Thank you so much, Rajesh. There is no the Jackie Tucker. It is Jackie, and just stop calling me sir for the rest. Like just Jackie. It's great, and it's just very nice to be here. And I'd love to talk about the work, the really nice work we do at Filter Copy. And I think with God's grace, the audiences have been very receptive to all our kind of content buckets. So I'm just very happy to be here representing such a popular channel.
Yes. So before we begin, let me tell my viewers and listeners who are live with us right now that September 1st, we have started up with a very unique event at Rostrum Diaries, which is called the Storybook. The Storybook Challenge is a challenge where you can be a part by sending us your short stories within a word limit of 2000, and your short stories will be evaluated by Sorab Khandelwal, the person whom we interviewed last time. Ladies and gentlemen, there are exciting prizes. Apart from the winner and the runner up, we have a lot of special mention awards, and top 50 stories will be published by Rostrum Publications free of cost. The top four stories which will touch the jury's heart or and appreciated by the jury will be converted into plays and mentored by conducting a free workshop which will be converted by plays by We Move Theatre Bangalore. Apart from this, we have a lot of goodies. So go on, register. This event is till October 31st, and it will move on. We'll still move on the date. So now coming on to Jackie. Jackie, been a big fan of filter copies since so many years with the content which we see with the play what we with the scripts what we come across. So tell us, it's always an inquisitiveness from my side, that tell us about your journey till filter copy, how you came across, how you decided to be a writer, when did you decide to be a writer. So we are very much inquisitive to know about your journey.
I mean, there's not much to know actually. I always liked writing. I think मैं 18-19 साल का था जब मतलब मैं फेसबुक पे नोट्स लिखता था और एक किसी ने देख लिया वो एंड I got a job. I was in college. I was in like first year BMS or something. और किसी ने देखा वो एंड दे लाइक अरे तुम कॉलेज के लिए क्यों नहीं लिखते और तभी एक टाइम पे AOL इंडिया का पोर्टल था जहाँ पे यू कुड बिकम अ कॉलेज रिपोर्टर एंड यू कुड राइट आर्टिकल्स दैट वर टॉकिंग अबाउट कैंपस लाइफ और वो सब. तो मैं बहुत मतलब 17-18 साल का था मैं एंड आई वाज गेटिंग $5,000 अ मंथ जस्ट टू राइट अबाउट माय कॉलेज एंड माय कॉलेज लाइफ. So that was fun, like an AOL India Cool Age करके था वो. So that was my first interaction with writing, and after that I got a job got an offer from Book My Show to write film reviews. That was again while I was in my final year of college. तो मैं टेक्स्ट बहुत अच्छी लिख लेता था बिकॉज मेरा स्कूल से ही मतलब एलोक्यूशन वो सब ठीक था. अब माय vocabulary was fairly decent because my dad was like a very this thing about pronunciations and all of that. तो बचपन से वो I think that helped me break into writing a little bit. And फिर बुक माई शो के बाद I decided कि ठीक है फिल्म्स के लिए लिख रहा हूँ पर मुझे एक्चुअली फिल्म मेकिंग I want to make films. I want to write content and direct films and all of that. So I decided to like I applied to UCLA and in Los Angeles. और वहाँ पे I got accepted. I didn't expect to, but I think they liked that I already had some work experience, so they accepted me into their program, which was a filmmaking and creative writing program. And I did 2 years of study there. फिर एक साल काम किया, just working on productions, understanding how to write scripts, understanding how to sort of how Hollywood works, So that was very exciting to me for a year there. But मेरे को मालूम था eventually I have to come back here only. तो एक एक साल दुबई में रहने के बाद I took a job in Dubai. My first job was there. I decided अभी बॉम्बे जाना ही है और घर मेरा घर पे यही है. Like I'm born and brought up in Bombay. So I had to come back basically. And I came back and started working in advertising, like copywriting. I started writing ads, started writing a lot of sort of TV spots, radio spots, Times of India first pages. कुछ भी अगर लिखना होता था मैं like at that point I'd really built like scripts, ads, all of that, writing articles, everything was kind of just coming to me. Finally, I think in 2017 I had a breaking point because I started performing. Like I started doing stand up, I started doing poetry, um, एंड वहां से मुझे पता चला कि यार मैं एक्चुअली कॉमेडी लिख सकता हूँ ठीक ठाक. और तभी मतलब एआईबी का फैन था मैं. आई अप्लाइड टू एआईबी पर तभी उनका नहीं चल रहा था उतना. लाइक they were not hiring. But I got into Array, which is a channel that I think some people are familiar with. और तभी Array का YouTube काफी मतलब it was at about 300-400,000 subscribers, and it was just me and three other writers. And by the time we left from Array after 2 years and all that writing we did, बहुत सारे viral videos like if Gaitonde was your teacher, when your dad catches you in a live-in, all these like videos that we wrote, um, and touchwood, like they all did very well. And now I think Array is at like 2 million subscribers or something after like that happened. So while I was at Array, I spent about 2 years there, and फिर I got the call up from Filter Copy. So वही था मतलब before Filter Copy, this was sort of my journey.
ओके, दैट्स रियली ग्रेट सर. बाद में आपने कुछ नाम लिया जैसे गायतोंडे वाज योर टीचर एंड ऑल. दैट यूज्ड टू बी वन ऑफ माय रियली फेवरेट व्हिच आई रियली लाइक्ड अ लॉट. And at that time I never used to knew that it's your pen behind all these wonderful scripts and all. But जब पता चला तो I must say that it was a moment where I wanted to thank you that काफी टाइम बाद एक बहुत ही अच्छा स्क्रिप्ट जो सामने आया देखने को मिला. एक गिग मतलब एक पढ़ने को मिला, एक हंस जहाँ पे हम हंस सके. अ वेरी क्वाइट ओरिजिनल, नॉट कॉपीड फ्रॉम एनीवेयर. So I'll take this opportunity to thank you for such wonderful scripts. Uh,
I think
Moving
we
on.
should actually thank Varun Grover because he wrote the original Sacred Games. And
Okay.
Gaitonde, the character, I think is just so interesting to write. So I'm just glad that we got the opportunity to sort of parody him. And वो universe अच्छा है ना, वो like teachers, SSC school वाला, and Gaitonde. I'm just glad it worked out. I think it was also all these things, bro. It also has a lot to do with luck. क्योंकि वायरलिटी क्या होता है? वायरलिटी इज कंटेक्चुअलिटी जो ट्रेंडिंग है एंड रिलेटेबिलिटी को मिक्स कर दो तो जनरली चीजें वायरल जाती है. वैसे वो टाइम पे सीक्रेट गेम्स बहुत चल रहा था, एंड आई थिंक टीचर्स डे के टाइम हमने रिलीज की थी वो, और वो बहुत मतलब रिलेटेबल भी था. सो आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाई इट वेंट वायरल. सो एंड इफ यू हैव टू थैंक एनीवन, थैंक Array, like the channel, because they had faith in that product, and the team, like they did a wonderful job, including Sagar Karande, the actor.
ट्रू ट्रू ट्रू, वेरी नाइस. लेकिन सर ऑलवेज ना कभी कभार जब भी हम फिल्टर कॉपी देखते हैं देर आर सर्टेन सीन्स विच आर शॉट इन योर इन द फिल्टर कॉपी ऑफिस एंड ऑल. सो how is it being a part of that amazing filter copy team, and how is being a part of that because a lot of writers out there dream to be there, a lot of actors out there dream to be there at filter copy today. So how is it how great it is to be a part of that team and that office.
It's really a dream team, honestly. Like I, even though I was at RE and I was at a senior level, and we were putting out good content. I think in the content industry, there's there's only like these वो बोलते हैं ना, the ones you aspire to. It was the big leagues, and when I got called into filter copy, I was nervous because even though I had a proven track record of writing viral content and all of that, like that writers room had people whose work I had already been following for a while. Like वैसे टाइप का, क्योंकि आपको मालूम है कि अभी आप मतलब जिनके साथ आपकी बराबरी हो रही है, they've already done a lot. So that for me personally was daunting, but once you go there, Pocket Aces का culture, the parent company of Filter Copy, वो इतना अच्छा है, इतना welcoming है, and there's so much warmth that they give you. And like you mentioned, the office is just very nice, very airy, and like it's in this one really tall ceiling, like long room in Andheri West, and each desk has character and soul. Like I think I was sitting on the desk next to like Viraj Ghelani or uske sab like photos lage the wahan pe, and I realized that they are already a family, and like the I felt very initially like obviously an outsider like you feel when you join a new company, but I think initially मेरे को मालूम पड़ा कि यार यहाँ पे everyone is working towards one goal which is creating content जो relatable हो और funny हो, and if you're in that vibe then you're one of them. That became very clear to me. So everyone I've collaborated with at Filter Copy, I've like that initial feeling jo tha, that never lasted for more than 2 weeks or something. Because from my first project onwards, I was very welcome, and it's great. Like if I have to sum it up, just being a writer in Filter Copy is something that constantly one challenges you because we've done so much content कि बहुत बार आपको ऐसा लगता है कि यार हम क्या नया लिख सकते हैं, क्योंकि अभी दिवाली आ रही है तो दिवाली के लिए अगर हम ब्रेनस्टॉर्म कर रहे हैं तो 3-4 आइडियाज आ जाते हैं जो हमेशा पहले 3-4 आइडियाज जो पिच होते हैं, लाइक हाँ ये हमने ही बनाया था 2 साल पहले, ये हमने ही बनाया था 1 साल पहले. इट्स नॉट इवन लाइक जो अदर चैनल्स का प्रॉब्लम है विच इज कि ये कोई बना चुका है तो हम नहीं बना सकते. इन आवर केस द प्रॉब्लम इज ये हम ही बना चुके हैं. So it's that is I think one of the challenges, but it's really a great place to learn and a great place to grow, especially if you like writing sketches. If you like writing comedy, it is by far, I think, one of the best places in the country to write. One of the best writers' rooms.
तो सर ये पूरे जर्नी में आई एम श्योर आपके थोड़े रोल मॉडल्स रहे होंगे, थोड़े लोग रहे होंगे जिन्होंने आपको इंस्पायर किया टू राइट, हु हैव हेल्प्ड यू टू कम आउट ऑफ दीज चैलेंजेस. सो what is that one tip which Jackie Thakker follows to face his challenges, his limitations, and his whatever problems he's facing while writing?
Um, the one tip that I follow, I I guess it's just you have to sit down and like this is going to sound very reductive, but honestly, you can't always write like a masterpiece. Okay. I think after I wrote my first viral video, मैं 3 महीने तक कुछ लिख नहीं लाइक मैं लिखना चाहता था पर बहुत नर्वस होता था हमेशा बिकॉज आई वाज कॉन्स्टेंटली कंपेयरिंग इट टू I think it was Naughty Talking with Vidya Balan, a video that we'd done at Array, and that went viral and it did really well. And I was like, oh, wow, now I have to put this pressure on myself. Like the next video also has to do really well, and that didn't do well. And then I started putting more pressure on myself because अगर आप अपने काम को views में measure करोगे ना, तो आप खुश नहीं रहोगे. Like, and I don't think I've still completely digested that fact. I still do it. Like kabhi kabhi, like I still get dejected if a video I've written or I've like creatively managed doesn't do well, because like numbers are a big part of the industry, but you have to separate who you are as a creative from numbers because numbers aren't the only thing that define you. There's a lot of other factors, and if there's one tip I give myself before writing something, before just staring at a blank page, I'm like, let's just have fun with this. Okay, कि ये मेरे को फनी लग रहा है, ये डाल के देखते हैं, अगर ठीक नहीं लगा तो सेकंड ड्राफ्ट में बदल देंगे. तो पहली चीज है बस फ्री हैंड लिखो एंड डोंट थिंक अबाउट ये रिलेटेबल होगा कि नहीं, ये होगा कि नहीं, कोई हंसेगा कि नहीं, ये फर्स्ट थॉट है कि नहीं. लिखो. Don't be your harshest critic yourself. We have a whole other ecosystem of people who are there just to criticize us. So go easier on yourself, I think is the first tip I give myself.
So this whole statement what you gave right now, ki we have a whole ecosystem of people to criticize us. How important do you think is criticism, or what role does a criticism play in a writer's life?
Well, it's an important part of the process, no? Like understanding where you're going wrong, and being humble about taking feedback. There's actually something मेरा whiteboard है यहाँ पे, मैंने वहाँ पे लिखा है about taking feedback too well and taking feedback too harshly. Both of them are a bit of a problem. क्योंकि अगर आपने लिखा है, ठीक है, आपने जान लगा के लिखा है, obviously it's your baby, right? So you're bound to have some personal connection to this joke or this kind of gag that you've written. पर कोई आके बोले कि नहीं ये तो मतलब obviously people say it in nicer ways, but basically what they break it down to is कि नहीं ये इसको change कर rework कर something. So now you have two these things. You can either go कि हाँ yeah you're right हाँ actually, or you can just go like नहीं पर ये तो मेरे को ये लगता है like you put in your point forward saying कि नहीं मेरे को लगता है ये funny है क्योंकि okay. And there's a very balanced way to do this. Like taking feedback is it's not the same as taking criticism. I think criticism is the wrong word. Feedback in a lot of ways makes your thing better. Okay, constructive feedback. अगर कोई आके मेरे को बोले कि ये joke ना मेरे को land नहीं हो रहा, क्यों ना तू ये try करे and comes to me with a suggestion. If someone just says कि हाँ मजा नहीं आ रहा, I'm like इसके लिए clients बैठे हैं ना ये बोलने के लिए who have no creative inclination. So as a writer, it's very important that you have a sense of कि ये बंदा जो बोल रहा है constructively criticize कर रहा है और इसकी बात में दम है, and like saying कि नहीं ये बंदा सिर्फ बोलने के लिए बोल रहा है, which also happens sadly. They might not have ill intentions, but you have to recognize that. And when I recognize either, I acknowledge it, and I think it's important as a writer to develop that sense. उसको time लगता है थोड़ा, especially शुरुआत में आपको लगता है कि मैं या तो सारे criticism ले लूं और rework करता रहूं, या तो फिर जो भी बोल रहा है मेरे खिलाफ मैं बोलूं नहीं मैं तो नहीं करूं. And either of those are not the right attitude. You need to find the right balance. Pick your battle.
That's very well put and a very rare point of view actually, जो कि सामने आती है. So I can see our audience is already very much interactive and they have started to connect with us. And many of are stating that their dream destination has become filter copy. So there is a question from our Instagram audience whose her name is Shruti, and she is inquisitive to know that whether there are any opportunities in which she can apply for an internship at filter copy.
Sure. We have an email ID which we can probably uh, disclose at the end of this thing, which is your main Pocket Aces का recruitment वाला जो email ID है. You can do that, or on LinkedIn you can. And I tell this to every young writer, man, get on LinkedIn and start connecting, start networking. If you just type in filter copy jobs, or if you just look for our HR people there, they'll help you with what you need. Any courses to
There's one
take
more
up?
question from Instagram audience. Uh, the audience says that I am an aspiring writer and I wanted to know if there are any courses to take up to help me in writing techniques.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the exact names, but I know there are digital marketing courses that involve content writing. मेरे को अभी नाम नहीं याद आ रहे. I'm sorry about that. आप चाहो तो मुझे DM कर सकते हो, मैं आपको Instagram पे शायद बता दूं. I'll also have to look, but I know there are content writing courses that involve screenwriting. Also, you've just said aspiring writer. Sorry, one second. You just said aspiring writer, so I am not sure if you mean screenwriter कि आपको टेक्स्ट मतलब जर्नलिज्म टाइप मीडिया के लिए लिखना है. तो वो हिसाब से आपको एडवाइस दे पाऊंगा मैं, क्योंकि मैंने दोनों किए हैं. मैं थोड़ा कंफ्यूज्ड आदमी हूँ लाइफ में.
Not really, but हाँ, that reminds me, जैकी जैकी काफी टाइम मतलब कुछ वीडियोस मैंने फिल्टर कॉपी के ऐसे देखे हैं where you have been the actor yourself in those videos. So you have explored this arena of acting and writing. So how do you think is like which one is better and which do you get associated with, or how do you think both of them complement each other as an actor and as a writer?
So I don't think there's any better or worse, if I'm being honest. If you enjoy acting, obviously acting karo yaar. Like it's a great art form and it's the most expressive art form. But if your heart lies in writing, then write. I don't act primarily. I only started doing it at my previous channel अरे, क्योंकि अरे में बहुत casting की पाबंदियां होती थी, हमें कभी budgets नहीं होते थे. और actually that's the case across the board. Even at Filter Copy, if it's a small role, इट मेक सेंस कि हम एक्टर को ना लाए और किसी को देख ले कि किसने की एक्टिंग पहले. एंड मैं ठीक ठाक कर लेता हूँ. मैं स्कूल में ड्रामा करता था, थिएटर करता था थोड़ा बहुत. तो यहाँ वहाँ कर लेता हूँ यार. It's really not something I look at as, oh, I'm an actor. No, I'm a writer who, if really required to, can act. Because it's just part of being a team player when you're at a channel where, you know, we're making digital films at the end of the day. So sometimes, all hands on board. So I look at it as one of my secondary responsibilities.
Okay. So, like I was telling Jackie, we have started with a storybook challenge, and for all those people who want to write or who have these short stories present with them. So, I would like to ask you that what, like, one tip would you like to give our viewers or readers or all those writers out there who are willing to participate in this challenge? So, what is that one tip would you like to give it to them?
This is a screenwriting competition, yes?
This is a story writing competition, a short
So they
stories.
can write short stories, right?
They can write shorts.
Um, I I think the best advice I can give writers right now is just don't limit your imagination. It's not like कि अगर आपने sci-fi film लिख दी तो उसका कुछ मतलब कि हमें बहुत पाबंदियां होती है लिखते वक्त कि ओ वी हैव टू कीप बजट कंस्ट्रेंट्स इन माइंड यू हैव टू कीप via in mind. But here you're getting a platform where you can just flex your creative muscles. So I would just advise you to go all out. And yeah, don't limit your creativity. Don't limit your imagination. And yeah, have fun. That's the most important part of writing. Like, because if you're not enjoying it, क्योंकि कितने लोग हैं कितने career fields में जो छोड़ के writing करना चाहते हैं. In fact, I am yet to meet like a writer who wasn't an engineer before. It's become a bit of a cliche कि हम कुछ quit करके ही writer बनते हैं. So if writing already is something that people aspire to as a career, and you're getting a chance to do it, then shouldn't you be having fun, right? So ask yourself that while writing कि यार क्या मैं enjoy कर रहा हूँ, नहीं enjoy कर रहा हूँ, फेंक दो, जाके कॉफी पियो, फैमिली के साथ टाइम स्पेंड करो, गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ टाइम स्पेंड करो, बॉयफ्रेंड के साथ टाइम स्पेंड करो, get fresh, and then get back. And because writing is honestly life experiences put on a page is what I believe. If you can't be a good writer unless you've lived experiences that can be interesting on paper. So that's according to me a big part of writing. So yeah, just have fun, man. Have fun.
ओके. तो जैकी कभी कभार क्या होता है कि पीपल कम अप एंड आस्क दैट सो वी इवेंचुअली वांट टू राइट गुड स्टोरीज, हम अच्छे लिखना चाहते हैं, बट दैट्स वन पिंच ऑफ मोटिवेशन इज नॉट देयर फॉर अस. वो मोटिवेशन, एक कहानी लिखने के लिए वो एक मोटिवेशन, आप एक राइटर हो, आपको वो मोटिवेशन कहाँ से मिलता है? आप किताबें पढ़ते हो, या फिर आप बहुत ज़्यादा मूवीज देखते हो फॉर स्क्रीन राइटिंग, या फिर आप एक कोई भी बनी हुई किसी और की लिखी हुई स्क्रिप्ट को क्रिटिकली एनालाइज करते हो? What exactly do you do to get that motivation?
Hmm. I don't read a lot, honestly. I want to read more, but I'm not proud to say this. I haven't done a lot of like books, and which is when I tell this to people, they usually are up in arms. Yeah, how can you be a writer and not have read much? But I have read a lot of short format. I read a lot of short stories. I read a lot of op-eds. I read a lot of short fiction, but I don't necessarily uh, read. What I do is like consume content. I have spent my entire teens, I think, and early 20s just watching shows, watching content, spending time on YouTube, just like टीवी मतलब मैं आई थिंक टीवी को मेरा like तीसरा parent मानता हूँ. Like my television, because I was a latchkey kid. Like my parents both were working. I was an only child. When I came from school, I usually had my dog, and I had a TV set. So I really grew up on just watching shows like everything from Star World, Star Plus, हिंदी इंग्लिश मेरे को शो दिखा दो आप, मैं खुश था. So consume a lot of content and read. I mean, I it's hypocritical that I'm saying that, but I know it's a very good practice, and a lot of writers have benefited from it. So yeah, just read as much as you can and consume as much content as you can, and learn. Like try to break down कि ये scene में क्या चला, ये book का chapter इतना क्यों engaging है, what is working here, and you'll find patterns. You'll find patterns on your own. See what works.
Okay. So, Jackie, sir, with this, before we end up the show, one last question I would like to ask you. Very last question. I'm sorry because I'm really excited to interview you. And one last question would be I am excited to know what is that one dream project? What is that one dream place where Jackie Thakker wishes to see himself?
I'd honestly like to co-write a show, or even assist actually, with Varun Grover, who is like he's just been my idol as both a comedian and a writer. मैं उनके शो पे जाके मैंने बहुत मतलब I had a fanboy moment with him, and he is I think he's just great man. He does so much. Like he does comedy. He is the right like for those of you who don't know Varun Grover, first of all, stop living under a rock. Please follow his work. Like he has written Sacred Games. He has his own comedy special. He is one of the frontmen of Aisi Taisi Democracy, and he just has a very pronounced voice. You know, he's very good. And I my dream project would be anything that involves him and me sharing a writer's room with him, or any creative space with him. Like working on any project with him would be, yeah, that'd be a dream come true. Definitely one of my goals.
Wow. So, Jackie, sir, thank you so much for this lovely interview. Thank you so much for your time. It was a really fanboy moment for me to interview you. And I hope that I get this opportunity very often to interview other filter copy people who have been my idols. Ayush sir, Virat sir, all those who have been there. So, with this, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to wrap up this interview. And before we wrap up, let me remind you we have this story writing challenge going on. That is the Storybook Challenge from Rostrum Diaries, where if you are a writer and you have short stories with you, please do send it to us and participate in this challenge. Not only if you are a winner, but top 50 members who will be participating in this festival will get a chance to get their work published with Rostrum Publications. You have a time till October, and it's October 31st, 2021, and you have exciting awards, you have exciting felicitations, special mention awards, runner up awards, winner. So just write, guys. Like Jackie sir said, this is the time for you to imagine and write. So with this, I would like to wrap up this interview. Thank you so much, Jackie, again for being a part. For
Thank you for having me, Rajesh, and you've
this.
been a wonderful host. And just thank you to Rostrum Diaries. This has been really fun. I appreciate you guys having me over. And yeah, you guys are doing some amazing work. Please keep up the great work. Keep inspiring young writers because we need platforms like yours, to empower young creative minds. So you guys are doing amazing work. We need more platforms like you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back again with another celebrity very soon. So, till then, keep watching Filter Copy, keep watching Jackie's work, and keep following Rostrum Diaries. For more information about the Storybook Challenge, you can visit www.rostrumdiaries.in. And it's a wrap.